Are we ready to get this thing started? Well, then I need you to get on your feet and make some noise for the one and only Michael J. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Yeah. I don't know which. I'm telling you Give me a radio mic and I'll beat myself in the head.
Well, welcome to New York.
Thank you.
You guys been having a good time so far? So, when you come to New York, what's the first food you have to have when you get here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I figured I'd start easy with food.
Italian restaurant, it's called Salmiera or something like that. On Columbus.
Call that.
And 64th Street. Across from Lincoln Center, kind of.
Cut.
All right, thank you so much for coming, everybody. We'll see you.
I live in New York, so I have plenty of peace. But there's always places that neighborhood gets really great. There's a place near me, I call them Vico. I'm doing it. Vico Lunny. The great well, somebody said it.
So we're going with Italian, so that's good to know. So, Chris, tell me about the first time that you guys met.
First time you guys met. Was it the first day of shooting?
Yeah, first day of shooting. You were out, you were literally out beside the DeLorean. So here's Chris, this is Mike, go. Amazing. You go, what the hell? Crazy. And the dining was around. It was really that crazy. I don't know many of you know that. Sometimes I was school, but there was another actor who was playing Marty for 5 weeks, and then they brought me in last minute, threw me in some stuff. Said like weird stuff happened. Like they wanted me to wear Converse, and they said, "What shoes do you want to wear?" I said, "These are good." And it started a whole revolution. I got free pair of shoes. Because Air Nikes were finally kind of deep. It's been a cool ride, but he's moving near separate land, and he's amazing. He's the best part of doing this movie with me is working with Chris, and it remains to this day the best part of talking about this movie is with Chris.
Well, I recall it one night. We're shooting in the what do you call it, the marketplace at night.
Yeah, the Twin Farmers Mall.
Yeah.
Twin Farmers. And you guys are more ready than we do.
And an announcement was made when we were shooting all night for 2 or 3 nights. And an announcement came up to everybody before we broke for lunch, which was like 1 o'clock in the morning, that we all gather at some spot, you know, that there were announcements to be made.
They're hiding it.
And, you know, Spielberg was there, Bob Zemeckis, you know, all the suits and shirts and
Andy
everything.
Marshall. Andy Marshall.
Who?
Andy Marshall. Frank.
No, I'm sorry. I'm remiss. I forget.
Yeah, no, I'll make it up.
Yeah. And the announcement at 1 o'clock in the morning after shooting for 6 weeks was that the actor playing Marty would no longer be playing Marty, and that tomorrow we would start shooting with Michael. And I didn't know Michael, you know, other than hearing about him, and 6 weeks of shooting, and they're going to change, you know. And I felt that I barely made it through the 6 weeks each word, and now I was going to have to do it again. You know, I thought, how can I ever get that going again? You know what I mean? There was immediate chemistry, as they say.
Well, you were amazing. You did this, like I said, I was doing nothing with Family Time, and they came to me and said that there was a whole drama that going on, and I didn't know anything about it. They'd gone to Gary Goldberg at Family Time 6 weeks ago, some weeks ago. I asked if I could do the movie, and he didn't tell me about it, just couldn't do it. And Meredith got pregnant, and that solved a lot of things. And so I also had this time. So Gary Goldberg said, you can do it, we have to do Family Ties in the daytime and Back to the Future at night. So I said, no problem. And, it's funny, I was crying, because I tell this story, but my mother passed away 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I thought I was going to do it. But she said to me, I called her, and I told her I was 23 years old. I called her up, and she's in Canada. I said, they bought me this new Steven Spielberg movie, I have to do it at night and do Family Ties and daytime. She said, I'm not doing it. I said, well, you need too tired. I said, Mom, I live for this kind of tired. This is going to be okay. But so this thing my mother thought, I want to say for about 2 weeks ago, my mother thought that it was a bad idea for me to do Back to the Future. She loved the movie, but she was so worried that I'd get tired. I got tired. But you see Back to the thing. So now I'm all of a sudden I'm like, bam, till Friday. Gary tell me about it. It's like the next week, 3 days later, I'm parking out from 2 in the morning with this guy doing you got the time machine, the DeLorean. And there was 2 things. One thing was that it was a lot of fun to play this, and I could tell that they were starving for a goofball. They had a really great method actor, doing really good work, but they had an idiot, and they got me. And I could tell it was thrilling with my idiocy, my goofiness. And the other thing I noticed was Chris was a genius at I'm sorry, you get worried.
They did not come here to see me.
But Chris was a genius at we call it acting laying the pipe or doing the exposition. You see it in every TV show you watch. They say, Burgbee had the weapon and he brought it to the thing and he goes, yeah, he had the weapon. It's all exposition because it's boring to get out. You have to give information to tell the story. No one wants to do exposition because it's boring. But this guy is the king of exposition. God, Marty, you're going and the freaking thing is he retained it all. He's so good at it, and he's so brilliant and entertaining. And I just went, wow, not only am I this is a cool thing that happened to me, but I gotta watch my ass, and this guy blowing off the screen. And he did, literally figuratively.
the chemistry was there from the first scene we had. It was alive. And it remained that way for 3 movies. And as a whole, that's all the way, by the way. Amazing.
Chris was funny even when he was not doing anything. Like he was funny just watching the cashier and picking out a hot dog eat. And one of my favorite moments was, especially with Crispin Glover and Bob's way of getting along. On account of Crispin out there. Now, as an actor, I'm sure Chris would say the same thing. It's fun working with him because he's a genius. Amazing man. He just go off on tangents, you know. We had a broom and I said, what do you do with a broom? A sweep of indignation. Or for me, I find it very entertaining. But Bob had a hard time because of these elaborate set shots. And they literally had to build like pathways for Crispin to walk in. And so I walked out one time on my trailer, and Crispin and Bob were arguing outside the trailers. And then Chris's trailer door opened. Chris, like, just see the noises. Oop. So the door goes back in. He's a genius. Nope, not my thing. I just screaming at him.
All right, so I reached out to some of the folks that I know, and they sent in some questions. And one of those persons is Kevin Pike, who helped build the DeLorean time machine. He was curious as to what each of you thought when you saw the DeLorean for the first time.
You got one.
I don't know. I thought it looked like, you know, it looked like the kind of machine that did the things it did.
Three movies, man. From Back to the Future to Brokeback. I keep thinking that I tell this story. We haven't seen each other that much. I saw this thing the other night. I was in a hotel in Vancouver, and I had TV on. I fell asleep, and I clicked the clicker. My clicker, that's for me, I'm 8 years old. The clicker, and this thing came on. I can only hear it, I couldn't see it. And it would sound like this. Doc is very drunk. He wanders into the street, and Biff shoots him. And Marty, angry, listening to him. And I realized it was the enhanced filter. It was really handy. It was handicapped people or whatever. Like, but it was, they described it in the movie. I thought I was going insane. And then I was making up dollars and Marty's still in that stupid pink suit. And it's true, but you were described very well. I was goofy in that. I don't know about you. I'm just having so much fun being that kid.
Was that right?
What about Mike?
I don't know.
Okay, we should just keep the hand over there. We're doing fun.
So Chris, you actually got your start here in New York on Broadway.
I started in an area kind of referred to as off Broadway.
Chicago.
But, So, yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. It started here.
And speaking of Broadway, I understand that both of you have seen the musical. That's
Yes.
currently playing in London. Did they do it right?
I don't see how they could have done it better.
It was great.
I mean, it's good.
I was supposed to go to England, and then the pandemic hit. I couldn't go, so they sent me a tape of it, like I had like a big visual thing. Not a tape from they digital download. And actually, I stole that shit. It was fantastic. I thought they didn't fall into the trap that they could have fallen into, which was imitating us. They had characters that were fully realized on their own, and I thought the play was really well written, the music was great, and I'm going to go when it comes to New York.
Well, I hear you might be able to do that next summer, so
Yeah.
you'll have to come back to New York.
I think we get free tickets. I think we get free tickets. We make a goddamn cent on the residents, so.
I do hear they haven't cast the Marty Doc yet, so, you know, there are auditions probably coming up.
Well, Marty, Doc, Chris used to play it. I always play Doc. But it's a great show, and it's Bob Gale, who wrote with Back to the Show and with Bob Smith, put his whole heart and soul into it. And it's really great. I just want to see him, so I'm happy for him that this happened.
Wonderful. So I'm going to ask you a question now, Mike. Everyone, when they talk to you, uses the word optimist. How do you describe optimism?
Well, I have to point out that the last year I've broken my cheek, my eye socket, my hand, my elbow, both humeruses, and my shoulder. Other than rocket, they say I had a rough year getting beat up, but that was really cool because it made me realize that I think I wrote my book that let's plug my book, but I like four of them because I like one of them fun. But I did this whole book about having all these tough things happen to me and how do I reconcile my optimism with that. And I realized that with gratitude, optimism is sustainable. If you can find something to be grateful for, in anything, if you can find something, you say, well, that's good. There's a wall of shit coming down on me, but this is good. And if you can...
So,
this is
a good one. What is your favorite genre to act in? Sci-fi, romantic comedy, Western?
I don't know. I really don't care. Whatever genre it's in, whether it's comedy, tragedy, tragic comedy, or whatever, if the role kind of turns me on, that's a reason to do it.
You can transcend genre though, because you play real human beings in whatever situation it is. Well, it's not playing a human being, because you've done, for example, you kind of robots and cartoons and stuff. But you're always believable, you're always great. You're always like someone said today in the line, said Buckaroo Banzai.
Buckaroo Banzai.
Coolest reference I heard all day was Buckaroo Banzai is amazing, and Roger Rabbit, all these great films.
If you could listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would that one song be? If you could listen to one song.
One song?
Only one song, what would that
Boy,
be?
we're getting personal. What would it be?
I'm pretty sure you've walked down
I think that's not it.
I don't know. There's a song, I don't remember who sings it, and I can't pick up the melody right here now. It's a beautiful song. song that Lisa and I have picked to be our song. And that's that story.
You probably should tell her you don't remember the name of the song.
She's used to that.
I love this screen. What was the favorite scene in Back to the Future that you were in together?
What was that?
My favorite scene.
I mean, a scene that I kind of remember that Back to the Future 3, when they discover that Doc is doing his stuff in this barn, right?
Yeah.
And he's invented this enormous machine that creates ice. Yeah. And it's a scene that maybe opens on me doing something, and the ice machine is turned on, and steam comes out, and whistles blow, you know, the whole thing. And then the train comes, right?
See, it's popcorn.
And I think you're looking out the window at the train. Anyway, we do a long take. And then finally, in the midst of all this stuff, to have the train passing by in camera frame and the ice machine, all that, takes a lot of coordination and timing. And at the end of that scene, a little piece of ice comes out in a cup. And I had
Back to the Future.
And I had a line.
You had a line?
I had a line somewhere, a short line. But for some reason, on a take, I couldn't remember the line.
What was hard with that was that it's all.
The entire, everything I described to you had to be done all over. About an hour later. It's not a fun moment.
You're not kidding. Long scenes like trains would go by and horses would go by and people would like fall off and catch on fire and hang from things. And then like he and I would figure it out and that's it. The whole thing again. $50,000. It's crazy. But at that point, it's been firing. I really like the favorite scenes. Because my favorite scene with Chris was, and the whole thing, my favorite scene in the movie with Chris was actually a few scenes. Everything from when I showed up as doorstep in 1955 through to when we were in the room together. The shoes are crudely of his design. And like shiny. Like thing with a car goes through and hit the thing and it blows up and but yes, when like I pulled the thing up my head. I came here a time machine and you invented it. Like you did that word about it. Who was the president? Who was vice president? Jerry Lewis? I was saying, I'm in person of genius. I'm in person of like a brilliant guy who's going to go wherever he's going to go. And all I had to do was to just react to it. Just take it in and let it wash over me. And I would be brilliant. Because that was the whole thing, was just to be with Chris, just let him be Chris, and enjoy it. And as an actor, no better gift than to work with somebody who is that good. I mean, look, you can imagine, I'm a 22-year-old guy, working with a guy is freaking good. Like, really good. And it was thrilling. And then the rest of the movie was all the same. Anytime I had a chance to work with him, it was going to be a good day. I just had to work with Crispin, it was going to be fun, a little bit weird. Any day I worked with her, I fell in love with her again. She was great, and such a great cast. Such a great, like, everybody like Goldie and like Clock Tower Lady, and everybody in that movie was really perfectly cast. Really great.
It really was that whole lightning in the bottle. Like, that's mainly why most of these people are here today, right? Just with your hands. How many of you, it was the first thing you ever watched on a VHS?
actually be a chance to I think they really died doing it.
It's the first family my family watched together was Back to the Future.
You can ask me about stuff that I took from the movie.
Oh no, that we wanted. That's actually what Bob Gill wanted to know.
Yeah. I didn't take anything. I didn't take. I'm so stupid. I should have bought the guitar. I tried to buy the horse. Couldn't buy the horse. The horse was really cool because I was learning to ride. My wife was a great rider. We bought a farm in Vermont. We had like good places to Vermont. And so I really wanted to have this horse. It was Whiskey. And the horse I rode in the movie. And this horse was like a Porsche. Doing it for you. And I said, I want this horse. They said, you can't have the horse. I said, Monty, is it possible? I get the horse. And they said, and I looked at him, I said, no, you can't get the horse. And I said, why? He said, we can shoot a cannon off this horse's head and he won't move. He won't. And I thought, that's true. They put too much time and effort into these movie horses. They exist to make movies. And they can do all these things that you wouldn't need them to do if you were just going for a ride. And they can get on off cars, they can jump over trains, they can do this thing because they're fearless. I didn't get the horse, I didn't get the guitar. I got an old pair of Nike Cortezes with there.
Very nice. I like Cortez.
Bruin, that's right. Bruin. It's true, the story behind that was I was wearing the shoes I'm wearing. I'd just been hired, I was going for costume. All this stuff really happened. They pulled out some clothes we were wearing. I said, that goofy vest thing looks cool. And they said, yeah, let's try it on. I said, it's so stupid, it looks like a life jacket. And Bob Zemeckis says, yeah, let's try it. And look at some of that movie, and they let me do it, like we did the scene with Leah when she wakes up, and we did the scene a couple times, and I walked up to Bob and I said, I don't want to step in his toes, but you should have her, when I say, where are my pants? You have to say, they're on my hope chance. And he said, yeah, it's great, where you do that? So that's my big point of pride, I wrote that one. So I got that with me, which is nice.
So some people don't know you actually learned to play guitar for the film.
Well, let me have this bit of a story. I learned to play guitar as a teenager. This is what I did. I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to be like a TV star, a movie star, anything was possible. And I thought you could write sixes in. So I played guitar, and then when I asked me to do the movie, I said he's skateboarding, guitar playing, road chasing, idiot. And that was all me. And so I knew it was the right thing for me to do. But when I did the solo in Johnny Be Good, I finger synced it, okay? Because they already recorded it. So I finger synced it, and then when I said to the editor, take advantage of that, because then they couldn't be touching me, I'll be playing the right notes. And he did, and I'm really proud of that when I watched the movie. I mean, I moved it from B flat to B, because flat's too weird. And but that's what I did, and so I was so proud of that. And then I heard what's his name? This radio show, this podcast about movies. He was always really nice to me. I always says good things about my movie, which is really bad. There's not his part, but nice. But he said, like the only bummer for my career was that guitar solo that he played the notes. And so I went and said, I love the enough you said, but this you're really wrong at. For what? I left my number. I just got COVID. He shot that. But so that was really the neat kind of thing. Like this great guitar teacher from Utah. He said, I want to do an homage to all my favorite guitars. I'll have some pianos in it, some Jimi Hendrix, and some Eddie Van Halen, and we worked all that stuff into it. So I was really proud of that sequence. And the thing I felt bad about was the site suggesting that I wrote Johnny Be Good and Chuck Berry didn't. And a lot of African Americans were pretty upset at me about that. And I'm suggesting that a white kid had to invent the very strong for rock and roll. But I just did my best, and all credit to Chuck Berry.
Was there any performance that inspired both of you to become actors?
Well, when I was 12 years old, sorry.
I know, he gets the two lavalier mics and they give you the stick mic.
That was 3 years of my life.
To start over, when I was 12 years old, my mother was going to go see Hamlet, Lawrence Olivier's Hamlet, and a movie, of course, and here in the city. And she didn't know whether to take me because she wasn't sure I was mature enough or old enough to understand what was happening with Shakespeare. And it was kind of deep, you know. But she took me, and I was blown away. I went out, I got the record, the 78, what is it, 78 records at the time. And I kind of memorized speeches and just got into it. So that was kind of a performance and a theater piece that really hit home.
I don't know if people know this, but Chris is still a brilliant Shakespearean actor. He did King Lear 2 years ago in what was it? What was it in town?
In the Berkshires. American Shakespeare Company.
Yeah, he had the big beard, and if you saw pictures of him with this big ass David Letterman beard. He's cool. He's so, I keep saying that. I mean, I didn't know to get ready to just fawn all over Chris, to be honest, but to be with him just makes me proud. And like he's a great Shakespearean actor. He's like Jim Doc Brown is King Lear.
Yeah.
So, listen to Chris. I've had a lot of people ask me to get you to say "Great Scott," but we're going to do something different. I want you to deliver your favorite line from Shakespeare.
Don't do the Scottish play. Don't do the Scottish play. Don't do the Scottish play.
Okay. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by the sun of yore.
One final thing that I want to talk about. I myself have donated many hours to the Fox Foundation.
Thank you.
It's on the floor now. You're not getting it back.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Disgusting, yeah.
I keep thinking you're losing your teeth.
Fine.
So how does that come to be? How does that get started? The Fox Foundation.
Oh, I'm going to finish this. This is a story, and if I can find this, I'll tell you the story. I was doing family times, and I do Twin City several years later. And I talked to Barbara Walters and People Magazine about the fact that I had Parkinson's, and like in the old days before the internet, that's how you get stuff out. You just tweet, you told Barbara Walters, so and then beginning the truth saying everybody knew about it, and which was my design, but I didn't know that they would act the way they did, would react the way they did, which was just total empathy, total curiosity, and then the zeal to help me and help people with Parkinson's. And I found that there's a whole community of people like young people at my age, 30, 35, 40, I always thought this old person's disease that was sitting on that chair or trying to get in the elevator before you really slowing you down and pissing you off. Because those people had Parkinson's. It was their life, and it was now my life. But when I understand it more, I want to help. So I got involved with a few political organizations, found out how much money was available. And I realized that the science was ahead of the money, that if we could pay for it, we'd get research done that would help us. So I thought, well, I gotta do something. I'm doing a TV show. I had a great career in television, a great career in films. I was doing okay. My family was going to starve, so I could dedicate my money and my efforts to find a cure. So it was New Year's Eve going into 2000. I was in the Caribbean and I was swimming with Tracy. It was the end of the day. The kids were getting ready for New Year's Eve, and we were taking one last swim of the year. And I went in the water and I was swimming and I saw this sea turtle. And the sea turtle, like, it had a chunk taken out of its beak and had a big thing. But it was cool. It was chilly, just supposed to be water. And I started following it around, thinking, this is really, what am I learning from this? I'm learning something. I'm learning, you get your ass kicked, but you keep going. And he was impressed me. So I got in the water, and I walked up to Tracy, and she handed me a towel. He said, what? He said, look at your face. I said, I'm leaving the show. I'm going to start a foundation. And that was just true. I can't get it off. I have this turtle in here somewhere. Like my one tattoo. A tattoo of a turtle. Some people say on my face. but I said mine on the turtle. And my wife was not too pleased. And she said, you get a sleeve. I know it. I said, it's one turtle. It's a big. And I want to get my dog. I want to get all kinds of stuff. But anyway, that's how the foundation started. So then I went to some people that I knew, and so I want to start this foundation. I know how to do it. And they said, well, think of approach like a business. So I approached like a business and said, like, I don't want to have a big endowment. I don't want to pile up money and dish it out. I want to put money straight into research. And now 20 years later, we are the biggest Parkinson's foundation in the world. We raised over $1.5 billion. You guys all get it. You know, every one of you, I know, have helped out in some way, whether you just cared about it, or you send us money, or you got involved in some effort that people doing a bike-a-thon or whatever. I mean, it's just been amazing what's happened. And it's totally humbled me and totally made me realize that whatever else happened in my life, the best thing that happened in my life was this thing. It's like Parkinson's is a gift. I've said to people it's a gift. And they rightly say it's nuts. And I say, yeah, it's a gift that keeps on taking. But it's a gift, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I mean, the fact that I'm in this position to help people, and they've helped me, and people like Chris have been there a lot for me. You've helped out a lot. How many of you have? And it's not about what I have. It's about what I've been given, sort of the voice to get this done and help people out. I mean, there are a million things. Cancer, all this stuff, we need to find the answers to all of it. So if we go with what we know best, help there, and then help other people if they ask you to, or you get an opportunity to. That's what we're all here for, is help each other out. And now I'm thinking about going again. Come back to me.
So, final advice to everyone out there in the audience, like the one thing you're going to leave them with before we walk off stage, that little nugget of truth. No pressure. Got to use the microphone.
I have to quote that was said once in a movie. The future is what you make it. Good one.
Well, he kind of set that bar kind of high for you.
My favorite line in any movie, and there's nothing deeper, valuable, and it's just funny. And my favorite movie is Strange Love. And my favorite line of that Strange Love is, "You can't fight it here. This is the war room." That's all. You can't fight it here. It's a war room. It's all nuts. So just suck in your breath and then go ahead, carry on.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for spending some time with us at New York Comic Con.